Hi everyone, this is John. Welcome to Coffee Tech. In today's episode, I wanted to go over this CalDigit Element 4. Maybe you can see it. There it is, the CalDigit Element 4, and it is a Thunderbolt 4 hub, which you can use on your Mac, on your Mac M1, on your iPad Pro M1. You can use it on your Windows PC if you really want to. I'm using it on my Mac Mini M1. And so what is unique about this thing? We're going to talk about all the specs of it, but just off the top, it does claim that it has 8 ports on it, and that's fairly true. Although the one port right here on the side is the one that you connect to your computer. There are 3 Thunderbolt ports on the front, or on one side I should say. On the other side there's USB 3.1 Gen 2, which will deliver each one 10 gigabits of data throughput. Of course the Thunderbolt 4s are 40 gigabits, and it has a power also, and it has a pretty nice sized power brick, and it'll deliver 60 watts of power if you're connecting this up to your iPad, your MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, or even your Windows Surface tablet or whatever. It'll deliver some power to that too and keep it running for you. So of course I'm not using it for that either, but we're going to go over this thing and look at the specs and what I think of it. And right after the intro, we'll get in close and personal. Bye. Okay guys, and we are back, and so I wanted to go over just from the CalDigit.com website. We're going to take a look at all the specs and all that stuff. I figure it's easier to do it on here, that way you guys get the most accurate information and I don't screw up talking about it. So this is the Thunderbolt 4 USB 4 Element Hub. It has 8 ports is what they claim. There's 4X Thunderbolt and 4 USB 4. Or 4 Thunderbolt 4 USB 4 ports, 4 USB-A 10 gigabit per second. Can support 8K display or dual 4K 60 Hertz displays. So very cool stuff. We don't need to see the unboxing. You guys get the idea. Here's some close-up kind of, just shots of it. You guys kind of saw that in the intro of this video already. Let's see. So they're just claiming it's like no other, but this is what I really wanted to kind of show you. So performance, you get 40 gigabits per second, 4K 60 Hertz display. You can do a 5K 60 Hertz display. You can do the 6K Apple Pro Display XDR, so that's cool. It can also support up to 8K. That's crazy. It'll do dual 4K 60 Hertz displays. Now, disclaimer, the Mac M1, the Mac Mini M1 that I have, does not support dual 4K displays off of the Thunderbolt ports. So it does have a USB or a HDMI coming out. So you can do the HDMI out, and you can do one of those Thunderbolt ports to drive another monitor, which is what I'm doing. So you can get 2. There are ways to get more, and I'll do a future video on that because I'm really interested in trying that myself. But just out of the box, the new Mac Mini M1 does not support that. But this does. It does support dual 4K 60 Hertz displays. Connect USB-C display, so that will work. Connect a Thunderbolt display, obviously. Thunderbolt 3 and 4 compatible, USB 4 compatible, USB-C compatible. You can daisy chain Thunderbolt devices with this thing, which is very cool, or USB devices as well. So they're talking about ultimate compatibility that you can do. You can just connect anything up to this thing and it's going to work, and in a way that does work. And that's kind of why I chose this, is because there's lots of different Thunderbolt hubs out there on the market, or Thunderbolt kind of docking stations, if you will, that has lots of different things that are already built in. And a lot of the ones I was looking at before I decided on this one, they had, dual HDMI ports on them, or a 10 gigabit Ethernet port on them, or, 1 gigabit Ethernet and 2 4K display outputs or something like that. But I want to be able to choose what I want to put on my hub instead of having them choose for me. So that's kind of why I decided on this, because with this you can add an SD card reader, you can add dual 4K monitors if your hardware supports it, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're gonna have to buy some different dongles and things like that to hang off of this thing, but you're not locked into the piece of hardware, you know, that you would get with something that already predefines what you can plug into it. So as they say here, it is Thunderbolt 4, and these are all the examples of things you can connect to it. So yeah, like I said, an SD card reader, a 10 gigabit Ethernet adapter, NVMe, SSD, RAID storage, all sorts of stuff, different docks. So if you wanted to get a dock, or you already had one, and you still needed some extra Thunderbolt or USB type A, you know, 10 gigabit per second, you know, ports on it or something, you can always daisy chain this to your existing hub already and get that. So very cool stuff. This talks about your storage. So max external storage performance, you can get up to 3,000 megabytes per second, which is kind of crazy. With a normal USB type C 5 gigabit per second hub, you're going to get like 350 megabytes max out of it. So that's pretty cool. It does have the built-in USB ports, as we said. They're USB 3.2. I think I said 3.1 in the intro. I was mistaken. USB 3.2 Gen 2. Let's see, desktop users. It'll work on your desktop like I'm using it for, or if you have a laptop, it'll work for that as well, and provide that charging option for you as well. And again, here you go. We can support multiple monitors with this as well. So it'll do Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4, USB-C, HDMI, DisplayPort, mini DisplayPort, VGA, DVI. So you're covered no matter what you have. You just need to get the right dongle to be able to support that. And here we have monitor resolutions that are supported. So you can kind of look through that list. But yeah, there's a lot there. 8K at 30 hertz. That's pretty sweet. And dual 4K at 60 hertz, if, like I said, if your hardware supports that, if your computer supports that. Reversible design just means you can flip it one way or the other. It doesn't really matter. And here's the example of daisy chaining. So if you already have a Thunderbolt 4 hub, or USB 4, you know, or USB-C hub, you can go ahead and connect this up to it, and it should work. And of course, it'll work for the iPad Pro as well. And the charging, there you go. There's some examples of popular tablets, laptops, and how the charging works. And so I don't use it for that, so I can't really say how well that works or doesn't work, because I have not used it on my... I should connect it up to my tablet and see on my iPad Pro, but I just haven't done that yet. So here's all the premium features that it has, and I think we went over a lot of that already. Anyway, yeah, so this docking station utility is also pretty cool. So if you have a lot of USB drives or external hard drives connected, then it's a kind of a pain in the butt if you want to disconnect this thing and take it with you and go somewhere else with it, because you have to go ahead and, you know, just kind of eject all those volumes separately. This, you can just eject everything that's currently on there and go about your business, and it's just convenient is all. So there you go. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And it just talks about the, you know, Apple SuperDrive is compatible with this, so you can get all that. So there you go. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. This is kind of like the overall deal there, and some final specs and all sorts of good stuff on their website. So I'd suggest you all go to their website and check it out. And let's see how much this guy costs. And it's right now, it's out of stock, but normally this is $199, which for what you get, I think I would say it's a pretty good deal. And it's built really well, so I think this is probably a good deal, you know, based on other ones that go for a lot more money. So let's get out of this. We'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts and if I recommend this thing or not. I think based on what I've said so far, you can kind of make that conclusion. So, all right, we'll be right back. Hi everyone and welcome back. Almost forgot my coffee. Hang on. Okay, hey everybody, welcome back. So yeah, I just wanted to conclude and mention that I did, while we were off between recording this segment and the last one, I did go ahead and connect it to my iPad M1 Pro, my iPad Pro M1, newer 3rd generation iPad Pro. And it connected up and everything seemed to work okay. It even shared out the screen to the other monitor and everything just worked perfectly fine. So so to set your mind at ease, and it also did charge to the iPad as well. So everything worked flawlessly as far as that goes. So do I think the CalDigit Element Hub is worth it? Definitely. For $199, it is a little pricey, but the technology in there is really good. It's built really well and it just works. And I think if you're wanting something that you may or may not need certain functions of a docking station all the time, then maybe a hub like this is a better fit. That way you can just get whatever dongles you want, plug in what you want when you want to, switch out different dongles for different things depending on what you're working on. That may be something that's a little more versatile in your workflow. I know for me, this works just great, and it it doesn't tie me into a docking station of any kind. Now, does that mean that I think docking stations are bad? Well, no, I think they're awesome. But this just gives you more flexibility to add to it what you want and when you want. And because you can daisy chain this to multiple other hubs or a docking station type device, then it's kind of a win-win there. You can always add to it as you go forward. So anyway, that's my review or overview or review, I guess a review. I would say go get one. And of course, I spent my own money on this. It wasn't sent to me from CalDigit or anything like that. So, so this is my opinion and only my opinion. You guys may agree with me, you may agree. Leave your comment below, let me know what you think. And please like, subscribe, and share this video so we get more exposure on the channel and we can get to those 1,000 subscribers even quicker. So thanks again, guys. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time. This is John with Coffee Tech, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.